Okay, everybody, thanks for joining in. Hope you're having a good day. I just wanted to really make a quick video here. As you all know, probably the news is spreading around that the Jets have gone ahead and fired Joe Douglas. They couldn't even wait till the end of the season to fire him, but it looked as though he was kind of checked out anyway. When the Jets let their kicker there go a couple days ago without even signing him, hopefully that doesn't come to bite him. The other kid made a couple nice kicks, but either way, when he was kind of checked out anyway, you could see it. He wasn't even around. People were even knowing is even on the job anymore. So the Jets have fired Joe Douglas today, exactly 42 days after Robert Saleh was fired when the Jets were 2-3 in Week 5. Excuse me, after a Week 5 loss to the Vikings. Joe Douglas, unfortunately, I mean, I think what really sealed his fate was the Zach Wilson draft. He kind of really made a lot of people mad on that. There was a lot of hope for Zach coming out of college, like he was going to be our gunslinger, like our Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert or somebody like that. You know, he's going to be our young guy for years, and he kind of whiffed on that. I think that's kind of what did it in for him, really, at the end of the day. But Joe Douglas did a lot of good things for the Jets. I mean, he did have that draft class that had Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Jermaine Johnson. These are all great players. You know, these are going to be great players for the Jets, and they are great players. So he had that one draft, but unfortunately, I think it was really only that one draft. He made a couple of good trades in the offseason here or there, but he did whiff a little bit too. I think one of his big mistakes also was last year when Aaron Rodgers went down in the beginning of the season, and he didn't go after a quarterback. They just threw Zach Wilson out there. I just thought that was a big mistake, and you kind of knew that that was going to be tough for Zach too. You know, that was supposed to be his year that he sits behind Aaron Rodgers. Well, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Nobody expected that, but it happened, and they weren't aggressive at all getting another quarterback for Zach to sit behind. And there was other guys out there too they could have gotten, and he didn't. They just threw Zach Wilson out there, and we all know how that story ended too. But anyway, this was the final year of Joe Douglas' contract anyway. I think he was probably going to go anyways. They probably just figured, you know what? Let's just do it now and get it over with. I don't understand though, like you don't see many teams getting rid of guys in the middle of the season, even to get rid of Robert Saleh. And I'm not saying that was a bad thing to do, but at the time the Jets were 2-3 and they've won one game since then. And now they're 3-8. So that didn't help at all. Firing Joe Douglas, I don't know if the guy wanted to leave or he was just checked out or the Jets just couldn't wait to make a move. But so far, we have fired our head coach. We fired our GM. We got interim guys in both spots. And yet still Aaron Rodgers takes the field. You know, I know I sound sometimes like I'm a big anti-Aaron Rodgers guy, and I'll be quite honest with you. I really, in the beginning, I wasn't on the Aaron Rodgers boat. I thought he was too old. I thought that the Packers were trying to get rid of him. It didn't seem like other teams were really after the guy, and the Jets were just kissing his ass to get him here. And so far, it hasn't turned out anything at all for the Jets. Nothing at all. Just more sorrow, more losses, more embarrassments. So, I think what's going to happen here moving forward, and a funny thing too, I want to mention before I go is that Aaron Rodgers wants to be with a team. He even said next year, I like to play. I think I do. I might. I don't know. He talks in circles kind of, but he says, I want to come back and to stability and continuity or something. Well, I tell you what, pal, you don't have it now because the two guys that were involved in hiring you are gone. So I don't know, maybe they're sending this guy a message like, listen, we're going to go on from you, or we're going to get a guy in here. Like, say you bring in a guy like Mike Vrabel, John Gruden. Do you think these guys are going to come in here and let Aaron Rodgers dictate what's going on this team? They're not gonna, or they're not going to come. He doesn't want to learn a new offense. He said that flat out, which is why he wanted Nathaniel Hackett. He wanted the players he knows, that knows the way he is, the way he plays. Well, none of that shit's worked out so far. So how are you going to bring in here a new guy? Unless you bring in some sort of has-been coach that gets fired, a new guy out of college, because this is what the Jets do. Instead of just saying, listen, you're a coach, hire a president of football operations. These guys take care of the football side of it. You pay the checks. That's what Woody Johnson needs to do, or his brother, or whoever else takes over this team. They got to let the football guys be football guys and run this team. And that's the bottom line here. So Joe Douglas now is gone. Robert Saleh's been gone. And even so, I like to say Joe Douglas did a good job because he did a fairly good job. But I don't know what happened here. Like maybe did he say to Woody Johnson, maybe we got to get rid of Rodgers. Maybe we got to sit this guy down. And Woody maybe says, this is all speculation on my part. It's probably not even true. I'm just trying to guess at why a team fires a general manager in the middle of the season. Wait another 7 weeks and fire the guy. You're not going anywhere anyway. I don't understand it at all. And I'm sure that nobody else really does either. The guy was going to go anyways. What are you doing it now in the middle of the season? It just makes the whole organization look so dysfunctional. Nobody's going to want to come here to coach this team. That's just the bottom line. So, I mean, Douglas had a 30-64 record with the Jets, which is fucking terrible, obviously. The most wins he had in a season was, I think, 7. So we never even got a whiff of the playoffs with him as our general manager. I get that. So getting rid of him is totally understandable. There's no question about that. But at this point, like now in the middle of the season, I just don't get, unless he just wanted out, he has something else going on. I mean, who knows what goes on behind the doors of this dysfunctional organization called the New York Jets. I just don't know. I don't understand it. But I know that one thing, that the next guy that should be given his fucking walking papers is Aaron Rodgers. I don't understand. Everybody else around him is getting canned except him. And he's half the problem we're having. He can't throw the ball anymore. He can't get out of the pocket. He makes bad decisions. Did anybody see? I was watching a video the other day. I can't remember who was doing it. They were showing all of his completions. He didn't have a completion past 7 yards the other day. He's throwing dink and dunk passes. He can't go. When he goes down the field, the receiver's going left, he's going right. They're going long, he's going short, and vice versa. I don't understand what's going on here with this team, but this to me is just another way of this team making themselves look like fools, look embarrassing to the rest of the league. And I mean, I get it. I get the canning of him. I get it, letting him go. But now this doesn't even send a very good example to other coaches who may want to come here. Because I'll tell you right now, if I was a head coach, if I was a legitimate good head coach with a good record behind me, sitting out there like a Gruden or a Vrabel or somebody like that, I would certainly tell him, what's going on with him? You want me to come here and coach this team? What are you doing with him? Because I don't either want him, or he ain't going to tell me what the hell we're doing with this team. I'm not getting his players that he wants. I'm not coddling to him, because that's what the Jets have been doing. And it's just a shame to me to see this. So anyway, I just want to make a quick video and see what everybody thinks about this. Was it the right time? Should the Jets have waited? Leave me a comment. What's next? Leave me a comment below what you think about the firing. And hit that like button if you enjoyed my video. And as always, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a great deal. I'm sure I'll be talking to you guys very soon. Take care now and goodbye.